Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Myself Isha Tariq Bhatti, MPhil Pharmaceutics from Punjab University, and I'm working as a lecturer in Faculty of Pharmacy, Hajweri University. So this is my third lecture of biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics, and the topic of today's discussion is hepatic clearance and biliary drug excretion. So, what are the learning outcomes of this lecture? By the end of this lecture, students, you will be able to understand drug clearance, hepatic clearance, first pass effect, physiological organ clearance, liver extraction ratio, relationship between absolute bioavailability and liver extraction, estimation of reduced bioavailability due to liver metabolism and variable blood flow, relationship between blood flow, intrinsic clearance and hepatic clearance, and biliary drug excretion. So first of all, we will see what is drug clearance. Drug clearance, body clearance or total body clearance, or CLT, is a pharmacokinetic term for describing drug elimination from the body without identifying the mechanism of the process. Or clearance is the volume of drug that is volume of blood that is clear of drug per unit time is called as drug clearance. So clearance based on plasma drug concentration data may be calculated as, this is the formula, clearance is equal to elimination rate divided by Cp. Cp is concentration in plasma, and Ct, clearance total, is equal to a rate of dE divided by dt. This is rate of elimination divided by Cp. Cp is the concentration in plasma. Units are of elimination rate is microgram per minute and Cp microgram per ml. So microgram cancel with microgram, so it will remain minute per ml. So where dE is the amount of drug that is eliminated and dE by dt is the rate of elimination. So clearance total is equal to K Cp Vd divided by Cp, which is by which Cp is cancelled by Cp and it will remain KVd. That is the product of elimination rate constant and volume of distribution. Clearance is the product of Vd and K, both of which are constants. So as the plasma drug concentration decreases during elimination, the rate of drug elimination, that is dDE divided by dt, decreases accordingly, but clearance remains constant as it is the product of two constants. So clearance is constant as long as the rate of drug elimination is a first order process. So it is constant as it is first order process. Then comes drug clearance. Again, it is defined. The elimination rate constant represents the sum of total of all the rate constant for drug elimination, including excretion and biotransformation. So clearance total is the sum of total of all the clearance processes in the body, including clearance through kidney, that is renal clearance, lung, that is clearance through lung, and liver, that is hepatic clearance. So formulas are given for all these clearances as renal clearance KEVD, lung clearance KLVD, hepatic clearance KMVD. As clearance from hepatic clearance is also known as metabolism, so it is denoted by Km. So body clearance will be KEVD plus KLVD plus KMVD. So if we take common VD, then we will remain KE, KL plus KD, and all these constants are equivalent to K. That is elimination rate constant. Then comes example. Determine the total body clearance for a drug in a 70 kg male patient. The drug follows the kinetics of one compartment model and has an elimination half-life of 3 hours with an apparent volume of distribution of 100 ml per kg. So elimination rate constant will be equal to 0.693 divided by T half-life, as its half-life is 3 hours. So 0.693 divided by 3, which is equivalent to 0.231 per hour. So clearance total will be equal to 0.231 per hour into 100 ml per kg is equal to 23.1 ml per kg per hour. For 70 kg patient, what will we do? 23.1, that is from this product, it is multiplied by 70, it is 1617 ml per hour. Here we divide K into Vd. Okay. Then comes next. Next is hepatic clearance. So hepatic clearance may be defined as the volume of blood that perfuses the liver and is cleared of drug per unit of time. So the volume of liver that is clear of drug per unit time is called as hepatic clearance. So total body clearance is composed of all the clearances in the body, that is clearance non-renal plus clearance renal. So where clearance total, that is total body clearance CLT, or clearance non-renal is non-renal clearance of, often equate with hepatic clearance hepatic, and clearance renal is no, renal clearance. Hepatic clearance is also equal to total body clearance minus renal clearance, assuming no other drug metabolism, organ metabolism. So clearance hepatic is equal to clearance total minus clearance renal. So clearance hepatic is equal to clearance total into 1 minus Fe. F is the fraction of drug, percent of intact drug that is recovered in the urine. Okay. So here is an example. The total body clearance of a drug is 10 ml per minute per kg. The renal clearance is not known. From the urinary drug excretion study, 60% of the drug is recovered intact and 40% is recovered as metabolite, which is hepatic clearance for the drug, assuming that metabolism occurs in liver. So clearance hepatic is equal to clearance total into 1 minus Fe. So here the clearance total is 10 into 1 minus clearance of the drug which is recovered in urine is 60%. So it is 0.6. If we convert it into 0 to 1 is the range, so we convert 60% into the fraction, so it will be 0.6. So the answer will be 4 ml per minute per kg. So the next is first pass effect. For some drugs, the route of administration affects the metabolic rate of compounds. For example, a drug given parenterally, transdermally, or by inhalation may distribute within the body prior to metabolism by the liver. In that case, what happened? A drug given parenterally or transdermally, they don't undergo first pass effect. So they distribute, or by inhalation route, they distribute into the body prior to metabolism by the liver. So before metabolism, if the drug is distributed into the body, it will not undergo first pass effect by the liver. In contrast, drugs given orally are normally absorbed in the duodenal segment of the small intestine and transported via the mesenteric vessel to the hepatic portal vein and then to the liver before entering the systemic circulation. So the drugs which are given orally or by oral route of administration, what happened to them? They are absorbed in the duodenal segment of the small intestine and then transported by the mesenteric vessel to the hepatic portal vein and then to the liver before entering the systemic circulation. So they undergo first pass metabolism. Drugs that are highly metabolized by the liver or by the intestinal mucosal cell demonstrate poor systemic availability when given orally. This rapid metabolism of an orally administered drug before reaching the general circulation is termed first pass effect or the pre-systemic elimination. For example, 40 milligram propranolol given orally or oral route is equivalent to 2 milligram IV administration. So you can see the difference of dosage, that is 40 milligram is given orally, it undergo first pass effect, and if we give the drug directly into the systemic circulation, that is only 2 milligram. So morphine per oral dose is 30 milligram is equivalent to IV, that is 5 milligram. Then lidocaine is not active per orally or by the oral route of administration. It is usually given subcutaneously or by topical route of administration or transdermally. Then comes after area under curve of a drug given orally is less than area under curve for the same dose of the drug given intravenously. So the absolute bioavailability reveals evidence of the drug being removed by the liver due to first pass effect as follows. So what is the equation for fraction of drug or absolute bioavailability, which is equal to area under curve from 0 to infinity orally divided by drug or dose orally divided by area under curve from 0 to infinity IV divided by dose IV. Drugs such as propranolol, morphine, and nitroglycerin has F value less than 1 because these drugs undergo significant first pass effect if they are given orally. Physiologic or organ clearance. For any organ, clearance may be defined as the fraction of blood volume containing drug that flows through the organ and is eliminated per unit time. Is called as that is the volume of blood that is cleared of drug per unit time is called as clearance. So any organ, the volume of blood containing the drug that flow through the organ and is eliminated per unit of time. So from this definition, clearance is the product of blood flow, Q, and to the organ and the extraction ratio. Extraction ratio is the fraction of drug extracted by the organ as drug passed through it. Okay, so its formula is clearance is equal to QER. ER is the extraction ratio. If the drug concentration in the blood is Ca, that is entering the organ, and is greater than the drug concentration of the blood that is leaving the organ, then some of the drug has been extracted by the organ. Extraction ratio is equal to Ca minus Cv divided by Ca. So ER is the ratio with no unit. The value of ER may range from 0, that is no drug removed by the organ, or 1, that is 100% of the drug is removed by the organ. So extraction ratio is the drug that is removed by that organ is called the extraction ratio. Then comes an extraction ratio of 0.25 indicate that 25% of the incoming drug concentration is removed by the organ as the drug passes through. So clearance Q ER is equal to Q Ca minus Cv divided by Ca. Ca is the concentration of the drug that is entering the organ, and Cv is the concentration of the drug that is leaving the organ. Then the physiological approach to clearance shows that clearance depends on blood flow rate and the ability of the organ to eliminate the drug. Whereas the classical definition of the clearance is that a constant or static function of the volume in which the drug is contained is removed per unit time by that organ. So you can say that the physiological organ clearance is the product of blood flow and the ability of the organ to eliminate the drug. So that is extraction ratio. So it is, it is more appropriate than the classical, or conventional definition, that is volume of drug that is clear of drug per unit time. So next is liver extraction ratio, because there are many other reasons for a drug to have a reduced F value. The extent of first pass effect is not very precisely measured from the value of F. Liver extraction ratio provides a direct measurement of the drug removal from the liver after oral administration of a drug. So extraction ratio is concentration of the drug that is entering the organ or concentration of the drug that is leaving the organ, that is Cv divided by Ca. So where Ca is the drug concentration of the drug concentration in the blood entering the liver, and Cv is the concentration that is leaving the liver. So because Ca is usually greater than Cv, so extraction ratio is usually less than 1. For example, propranolol extraction ratio is about 0.7 there. That is, about 70% of the drug is actually removed by the liver before it is available for the general distribution to the body. So it has high extraction ratio. Then come by contrast, if the drug is injected intravenously, most of the drug would be distributed before reaching the liver, and less of the drug would be metabolized, less of the drug will be available to the liver for metabolism. So maximum drug will be the bioavailability relationship between the absolute bioavailability and liver extraction. So the following relationship between the bioavailability and the liver extraction ratio is F is equal to 1 minus E extraction ratio minus F double prime, where F is the fraction of bioavailable drug. ER is the extraction fraction extracted by the liver, and F double prime is the fraction of drug removed by non-hepatic processes. Um, and then F double prime is assumed to be negligible, and that is there is no loss of drug due to chemical degradation, gut metabolism, or incomplete absorption, or absorption. Extraction ratio may be estimated from F is equal to 1 minus ER. So F is equal to 1 minus area under curve from 0 to infinity oral divided by dose oral divided by area under curve from 0 to infinity IV divided by dose IV. So now we will discuss estimation of reduced bioavailability due to during liver metabolism and variable blood flow. So blood flow to the liver play an important role in the amount of drug metabolized after oral administration. The change in blood flow to the liver may substantially alter the percentage of drug metabolized and therefore alter the percentage of bioavailable drug. The relationship between blood flow and hepatic clearance and percentage of drug bioavailable is F prime is equal to 1 minus clearance hepatic divided by Q, which is equal to 1 minus ER. Clearance hepatic divided by Q is equal to ER extraction ratio, where clearance hepatic is the hepatic clearance of the drug, Q is the effective hepatic blood flow, F prime is the bioavailability factor obtained from estimates of liver blood flow and hepatic clearance. The hepatic blood flow may vary from 1 to 2 liter per minute depending on the diet, food intake, physical activity, and drug intake. For the drug propoxyphene hydrochloride, F prime has been calculated from the hepatic clearance, that is 90 ml per minute, and an assumed liver blood flow of 1.53 liter per minute. So F prime is equal to 1 minus 0.99 divided by 1.53, which is equal to 0.3. So the result shown that 35% of the drug is systemically absorbed after liver extraction. So first pass effect is very important consideration for the drug that have high extraction ratio. Drugs with low extraction ratio, such as theophylline, have very little pre-systemic elimination, as demonstrated by complete systemic absorption after oral administration. So in contrast, drugs with high extraction ratio have poor bioavailability when given orally. Therefore, the oral dose must be higher than the intravenous dose to achieve the same therapeutic response. In some cases, oral administration of a drug with high pre-systemic elimination, such as nitroglycerin, may be impractical due to very poor oral bioavailability, and thus a sublingual, transdermal, or nasal route of administration may be preferred. This is a table which indicates that which of the drugs have lower than 0.3%, or you can say 30%. You can say that is hepatic and renal extraction ratio representing hepatic or renal clearance. Less than 3%, 0.3%, which is 30%, less than 30%, and then intermediate between 30 to 70%, and then higher, that is greater than 0.7%. This is a table which is shown. Okay, next is to overcome first pass effect, the route of administration of the drug may be changed. For example, nitroglycerin may be given sublingually or topically, and xylocaine may be given parenterally to avoid the first pass effect. Another way to overcome first pass effect is to either enlarge the dose or change the drug product or to a more rapidly absorbable dosage form. So either we can change the route of administration or we can change the dose of the drug. A change in liver blood flow may alter hepatic clearance, and if the blood flow toward the liver is changed, then then it can alter the hepatic clearance, and a larger blood flow may deliver enough drug to the liver to alter the rate of metabolism. So, the larger the flow toward the liver, greater will be the metabolism. In contrast, a small blood flow may decreases the delivery of drug to the liver and become the rate limiting step for metabolism. The hepatic clearance of a drug is usually calculated from plasma drug data rather than whole blood data. So clearance is usually estimated by plasma drug data, not from whole blood data. Then come relationship between blood flow, intrinsic clearance, and hepatic clearance. So factors that affect the hepatic clearance and of drug include, first of all, blood flow to the liver, intrinsic clearance, then fraction of the drug that is bound to protein, and clearance hepatic is equal to QCA minus CB divided by CA. C is the concentration of the blood that is entering the liver, and CV is the concentration of the drug that is leaving the liver. So, an increase in blood flow to the liver will increase the rate of drug removal by the organ. Propranolol, a beta-adrenergic blocking agent, decrease hepatic blood flow by decreasing cardiac output. So, for beta-adrenergic blocking agent, propranolol, hepatic blood flow will be decreased by decreasing cardiac output. In such case, the drug decreases its clearance to the liver when given orally. So its renal clearance will be liver clearance or hepatic clearance will be prolonged. Intrinsic clearance describes the total ability of the liver to metabolize a drug independently of the blood flow. So intrinsic drug clearance primarily occurs because of inherent ability of the biotransformation enzyme mixed function oxidases to metabolize the drug as it enters the liver. So intrinsic drug clearance is primarily you can say the innate ability of the biotransformation enzyme, that is mixed function oxidase, to metabolize the drug when it enters the liver. Once the drug enters the liver, intrinsic drug clearance will be started by biotransformation enzymes that are mixed function oxidases. So level of these enzymes are increased by various drugs such as phenobarbital and environmental agents, for example, tobacco smokes. They can elevate these concentration of these enzymes, that is mixed function oxidases. The enzymes are inhibited by other drugs and environmental agents, for example, metidine and acute lead poisoning. They will inhibit these enzymes, and the process, or you can say the metabolic process, will be slowed down. These are the factors which affect the clearance of the drug. Source of variation in intrinsic clearance. And genetic factors include genetic difference within population, racial difference among different populations, then environmental factors and drug interaction. Enzyme induction and enzyme inhibition can affect the rate of clearance, or a physiological condition, age, gender, diet, nutrition, or pathophysiology, and drug dosage regime, that is route of drug administration, dose dependent, non-linear pharmacokinetic. These are the factors that can affect the renal rate of elimination or hepatic clearance. Hepatic clearance. Hepatic clearance is the concept for characterizing drug elimination based on blood flow, both blood flow and the intrinsic clearance of the liver. As shown in equation, how clearance hepatic is equal to Q minus clearance intrinsic divided by Q plus clearance intrinsic. This is the formula. The hepatic clearance of the drug that have high extraction ratio and high clearance intrinsic value, that is propranolol, is most affected by changes in blood flow and inhibition of the drug metabolism enzyme. The hepatic clearance of the drug that have low extraction ratio and low clearance intrinsic value, that is theophylline, is most affected by the change in clearance intrinsic and affected only slightly by changes in the hepatic blood flow. So hepatic blood flow changes, particularly those drugs which have high extraction ratio or very low extraction ratio. This is a graph which shows the relationship between the blood flow and the total hepatic clearance of the drug with varying extraction rates. This is the hepatic clearance. This is the liver blood flow. So how it is, and this is the extraction ratio. So come the, wait a minute. This is the biliary drug excretion. An active transport process is also included in hepatic clearance. A separate active secretion system exists for weak acids and weak bases in case of bile biliary drug excretion, or in case of bile biliary excretion. Drugs that are excreted in bile are are usually high molecular weight. A compound, for example, molecular weight more than 500, or polar drugs such as rezapine, digoxin, various glucuronide conjugates, which are heavier. They are eliminated through biliary drug excretion. An average bile flow of 0.5 to 0.8 ml per minute in human biliary drug clearance can be calculated in if the bile concentration C bile is known. So its formula is clearance biliary is equal to bile flow into clearance by bile divided by concentration in bile divided by concentration in plasma. So drug may be recycled by the enterohepatic circulation. So this is enterohepatic recirculation of bile acid and drugs. So what happened? From the liver, drugs go into the gut, and then from gut back into the by portal vein back into the liver. So common duct 20 to 30 gram per day recirculation, and approximately 0.8 per 8 gram per day in feces. And this is the um, table which show examples of drug undergoing enterohepatic circulation and biliary excretion. It is enterohepatic circulation: amphetamine, indomethacin, morphine, and prednisolone. And biliary excretion intact or as metabolite: cafamendrol, cefoperazone, chloramphenicol, diazepam, digoxin, doxorubicin, doxycycline, estradiol, fulvastatin, lovastatin, moxalactam, uh, practolol, spironolactone, testosterone, um, tetracyclines, and then vincristine. These are the drugs which are excreted through this route of excretion. Some drugs are absorbed from the GIT through the mesenteric and hepatic portal vein, proceeding to the liver. GIT to the mesenteric portal and proceeding to the liver. The liver may secrete some of the drugs unchanged or as a glucuronide metabolites into the bile. So some drugs are conjugated with the glucuronide moiety, and then they are excreted into the bile. From the bile stored in the gallbladder, the drugs may empty into the GIT through the bile duct. So from the bile that is stored in gallbladder, the drugs which are stored in that gallbladder, they may empty into the GIT through the bile duct. And if the drug is glucuronide metabolite, bacteria in the GIT may hydrolyze the glucuronide moiety, allowing the release of drug to be reabsorbed. So if the drug is bind to the glucuronide moiety, then it is hydrolyzed by the GIT enzymes or bacteria, which allow the drug to be released in the GIT, and if it is available, it is again available to be reabsorbed into the body. So this is all about hepatic clearance and biliary drug excretion. So we have studied in this lecture drug clearance, hepatic clearance, first pulse effect, physiological organ clearance, liver extraction ratio, then relationship between the absolute bioavailability and liver extraction, and then estimation of reduced bioavailability due to liver metabolism, variable blood flow, relationship between the blood flow, intrinsic clearance, and the hepatic clearance, and biliary drug excretion. So thank you for listening. Any question pertaining to this lecture, you can ask me on Google Classroom discussion board, and the class code is mentioned on the last slide of this lecture. Thank you so much.